Melvin Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the upper Mississippi River Valley. Since last episode, we fast forwarded time here a couple of months, technically, I guess. We're now into October 1 here. And just as a reminder, again, I am running a 3-day per month season setting here. So 3 days per month. So October 1, 2, and 3. I know it's kind of weird if you ask me. But anyway, that's how it works out here. Anyway, October 1st, that one, corn is ready to harvest. I didn't actually look at the soybeans. I'm guessing the soybeans, at least the ones we planted first, are probably ready here as well. And looking at the map, by the way, we have a lot of soybeans planted here. We got 47, 48, 45, 27, 28, of course, and 42. So 27, 28, and 42 are our double crop soybeans. Again, we'll see how those turn out here this year. We only got 2 fields of corn here, 44 and 43. So shouldn't take us long here to get the corn harvested. I don't know if we'll quite finish that here this episode or not, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, and before I forget this video here, I'm trying something a little bit different. We'll see if it's going to turn out here or not. So if the video looks weird on YouTube or different or anything like that, everyone let me know. I'm going to see if this video will process in HDR or not. So don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to give it a try here. So I'm recording this video in HDR. Whether or not I can get it uploaded to YouTube in that format, that'll be the next question. I don't know, so we'll have to find out. But anyway, again, it is being recorded in HDR. So yeah, giving that a try. For those of you who have never seen a display with HDR, by the way, oh boy, you're kind of missing out in my opinion. So the contrast levels there of a display that is capable of HDR is quite impressive in my opinion. I'm definitely a fan myself. So, and I just happened to be looking here this past weekend. It's like, OBS Studio, which is what I use to record my videos with, by the way, apparently supports recording in HDR. Supposedly. We're going to find out. No idea when. So I'm giving that a try here. So again, like I said, if the video looks weird here this episode, that is possible why. And or if we happen to get everything working properly and actually manage to get this video up to YouTube in HDR, well, let you folks know. That's what. I will say, looking at the frame rate, though, I'm not sure the computer likes it, though. Oh, boy. Speaking of computer, by the way, that's some other changes here that happened this weekend as well. I finally bit the bullet and did a couple of computer upgrades. Three components. I guess 4 components if you count the cooler. Upgraded 4 components in my computer here. Originally, actually, I should check my about page. I think I've got the information on there correct. But before, I was running an AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. So the 5950X. That was, was there 16 cores on that CPU? I think that's what that was, something like that. Quite a few cores on that CPU. Of course, on the AMD platform there, running a NVIDIA RTX 3080. Had 32 gigs of RAM on the previous system. But, interestingly enough, when I built that system, I'm like, 32 gigs. I will never need more than 32 gigs. That's ridiculous, right? Why would I ever need more than 32? Yeah, for like the last year, maybe 2, somewhere in there, probably the last year or 2, I've been doing nothing but complaining about the amount of RAM on my computer. It's like, I need more RAM. And of course, RAM prices have been quite ridiculous here as well. They have finally come down, by the way. RAM prices, I would say, are quite reasonable here at the moment. So yes, upgraded my RAM, upgraded the processor on my computer as well, and of course, along with that, motherboard change out. So when I went from an AMD system, AMD Ryzen 9 5950X, I am now running an Intel 13900KF. For those of you who've seen the Amazon Prime sale here, what was that, a week or 2 ago? 3 weeks? Somewhere in there, a couple weeks ago. We had an Amazon Prime Day sale. They had some pretty good discounts. At least I thought they were pretty good discounts on some computer hardware. So like I said, bit the bullet and bought the CPU, motherboard, and some RAM to go with it. Running the MSI Z790 Tomahawk motherboard, for those of you that are curious. Again, that is with the Intel 13900KF CPU, and then I put in 64 gigs of DDR5 at 6400 megahertz, 6400 megahertz. Well, that should be some nice snappy RAM there, hopefully. Oh yeah, we're up about 60 frames there. Not too shabby. Looking away from the all the equipment that's sitting over there, that probably helps just a little bit, right? All those changes, for those you're wondering, by the way, really didn't have anything to do with the HDR necessarily. Just happened to think, you know what? Why don't I give that a try here? So videos, at least the videos I've been doing, should all be available in 4K here. Been doing that here for the last few years. So we got 4K at 60. But it's like, you know what? Next thing, wonder if we can get HDR. So we'll see how that works. Like I said, it might not work. And we are almost full here. Wipe out. Get the grain cart. We got the grain cart and truck all parked by the field here, of course. Ready to go. That's it. I suppose I better pull the grain cart in the field here first. Then we'll get the truck parked in the field as well. Probably should check the status on our soybean fields there too. Make sure all the double crops are looking good. Ooh, and you know what? I just remembered that one. How are our pigs doing? I completely forgot to check the pigs. Ooh. They still have food yet. Okay, they are still fine. They are still fine. With that being said, I do need to sell some pigs here, though. So I'm probably going to go ahead and sell the youngest pigs here again. So they are $237 a piece here currently. I don't think that changes at all. So when we go, like, for day 3 of October, I think that price still stays the same. So, you know, I can sell them today, or I can sell them tomorrow, or I can sell them the next day in the game. You know, October 1, 2, or 3. As far as I know, I don't think the price changes. The only thing that might possibly change is the fact that they might eat more food. So you might as well sell them October 1. You'll sell them right away before they eat more, right? And again, as I've said before, I'm well aware of the fact that we're not getting the best price for them. They really should be older. But they're not going anywhere. So, and every time I sell them, I make another 40K. And then you wait a few more months, the pigs reproduce again. You wait till the pigs are ready to reproduce again, sell them again, and you make another 40,000. So every few months, you know, we just sell the pigs, make another 40, wait till they're ready to reproduce, sell them again, and just, you know, rinse, lather, repeat, right? Works pretty good in my opinion. That opening? Nope. Okay, is it Z? Ah, Z to open. Okay. Never know with these tarps sometimes. That one. Is it N to open it, or is it Z to open it? And why there has to be 2 keys for it. Well, we've complained about it before, so that one. Gotta say, though, this is definitely one of the cooler tarp options, in my opinion. The fact that it, like, actually properly opens, that one is pretty cool. This also looks to be an electronic tarp, I'm guessing, so... You know, probably just a remote or something up in the cab, push the button, and you know, tarp closes. Pretty cool, huh? Or opens, vice versa. Okay, well, that's unloading. Let's go get the truck pulled in the field here. Oh. You know, this is a screen I don't look at very often here. Probably because it's a depressing screen. Buy a $500,000 combine, and it's now worth... I don't know, where are the combines on here? We got a lot of equipment. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, it's worth $104,000. That seemed a little ridiculous there, doesn't it, Giants? Guess not, according to Giants. For those of you curious about the new computer, by the way, I will have a video coming out here probably next couple of weekends here, so probably won't be this coming weekend. Well, maybe it will be, not sure. But maybe the following weekend, I'll have a video coming out on that. For those who are curious about the computer upgrade. Now, let's go ahead and park the truck right here. That should be mostly out of the way. Okay, all loaded. Fire the combine back up. Away we go. Oh, you make a turn with a header this large, when you go to turn. Seems like you always leave a little bit in that corner right there. Also, definitely some missing spots down here. Apparently, I must have planted this field with force play. Although, from the looks of it, I must have done some planting myself. Maybe the headland or something like that. Because the headland looks pretty good, everyone. I'm not seeing a whole lot from missing spots on the headland. Like the first headland, maybe I should say. Rephrase that. First headland looks pretty good, but then maybe the one after that must have been horseplay or something, because yeah, some good sized missing spots there. Oh, speaking of headland, by the way, we are currently running a 20-row header here, everyone. Doesn't really line up with our planter, I'm aware of that. Unfortunately, the 24-row does not work well with horseplay. At least I couldn't get it to work well with horseplay, so we dropped it down. We're now running the Capello 20-row header. Kind of a weird number. It's, I don't know. Kind of wonder, does a 20-row Capello actually exist in real life? For those of you not familiar with corn, you typically always want to match your planter to your header, or your header to your planter. That's probably the better way of saying it. You want to match the header on your combine, the number of rows on your header on your combine, to the number of rows on your planter, or some multiple thereof. So, you know, if you're running a 48-row planter, you can run a 6-row corn head, 8-row corn head, or 12-row corn head, or 24 for that matter too, I guess, right? But a 20 would not work, because, you know, a 20, it doesn't go into 48. I guess you could also run I think a 16 goes into that too, right? Pretty sure. Oh, I don't think we're going to quite make it all the way around the field before we're filling up again, are we? Probably not. Oh, well. Kind of cool seeing the header flex to the ground like that, though. We are dropping the corn fodder behind the combine here at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with that or not, everyone. I know the last couple years we have been baling it. But financially speaking, I think we're looking pretty good here at the moment. So I don't know if there's really a need to bail that. And plus, last year with all the snow we had, everyone, that turned out to be a bit of a disaster. So, I don't know, maybe this year in the game, maybe we won't get any snow till later. And then we'll be fine. But you don't know. Or maybe this year we'll get snow even earlier yet. Let's hope not, Evan, because, yeah, we were able to get the soybeans off in time, but that was about it, everyone. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, start the engine. Fine. And around the field we go. No driving through the field here, by the way, of course. Now, if you're maybe new to this series, I am running with crop destruction turned on. So, drive through the crop, bye-bye crop. Now, I did start the series with stones turned on as well here, everyone. But, well, as you folks seen here a couple episodes back, we finally had to turn that rubbish off. I think it's safe to say that is the one setting I will never be turning back on here in Farming Simulator 2012. We will be permanently turning that stupidity off. And that's about what that is, too. 'Cause, oh, my goodness, that was just ridiculous. Come on, tractor, stop. And a reminder while we're unloading here at the moment, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, everyone, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, just had to move something there a minute. Of course, once you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications there as well. That way you get notified of the latest and greatest Upper Mississippi River episode going live. Also, down below in the description, you can find all the rest of the links to my social media channels as well. A little bit of a spoiler alert there. I don't do probably the greatest job at posting on some of them, everyone, but they are down there if you want to follow. Now, the one I do usually try to stay somewhat regular on, everyone, is, of course, live streaming, and that you can find over on Twitch, RDAllen on Twitch. Unfortunately, I was not able to live stream here at all last week. Hopefully we can this week. We'll see once here. Just a whole bunch of things going on in real life in here. Well, and for those of you who've seen the video here this weekend, you know what some of that was. That had something to do with it. And then there hopefully will be maybe another video coming out here in the next month or so, too, explaining what some of the other stuff is here, too. So I don't know, we'll see what's up. But yeah, been really busy here the last couple of weeks. But yeah, again, if you'd like to follow myself over on Twitch, Evan, you can find that link down below in the description there. Again, RDAllen on Twitch. Typical live stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually live stream for about an hour or so. At least that's the goal. That might go a little bit longer sometimes, maybe, but also tends to start a little bit later. Maybe I should say that, too. Oh, let's see. Yeah, probably one more headline. That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? I was thinking I was just going to call it at that. If I was going to harvest the rest of my field myself, which might see what's here. One headline would probably be enough for myself. Gotta say, there's definitely something fun about harvesting corn here in the game, or just harvesting in general, for that matter. As I've said many, many times, probably definitely one of my more favorite activities to do in the game here. Watch where we're going here. My bad. Just loading up some comments here, everyone. Get the comments loaded up here a minute. See what you folks had to say here from last episode. We make our field quality manager so proud. We're actually going back and getting the missing bits. Anyway, let's head over to the comment section. I want to see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Dead in the Head. Interesting name there. Was saying, have you thought about running more than one stone picker per field? Massive fields being worked by single equipment. Then complains about how long things will take. I will run multiple pieces of equipment with the base game worker on a field and have little to no problems. It just takes a bit to understand what they do well and fail at. Yeah, I think I could probably tell you, folks, what most hired workers will do well and fail at here as well. But yes, speaking of the stone picker, yes, I have considered running more than one stone picker on the field. That is definitely an option, everyone. With that being said, we are, or were, maybe I should say, we were running a very OP stone picker, like very OP. Which, as I've said before, when, generally speaking, I do not like running OP equipment. Everyone, exception maybe being like bale loading and stuff. You know, that's okay. But again, I don't like running OP equipment. Everyone, so I don't typically run, you know, OP combines, trailers, cultivators, planters, that type of thing. You know, the planter we have, 24-row planter, so that's a real life planter. The one thing that might not be actually real life at the moment, I'm not sure about this 20-row header of one. The 24-row header I know is real. That is a real header, but I'm not sure about the 20-row though. And the only reason I say I'm not sure, you know, 20 is obviously smaller than 24, but 20 does not work out to like a planter size. And even with GPS, again, most farmers, probably almost say all farmers, usually stick with whatever the size of their planter is. That is the size of the header that's going to be on their combine, or again, some multiple thereof. You know, 12-row planter, maybe you're running a 6-row header. That is possible. You're probably not running an 8-row. You know, if you got a 12-row planter, probably not running an 8-row header. Might be, but most farmers probably are not. Okay, that's going to about fill up this grain cart, isn't it? I have to go unload that now. Oh, next comment here. Magnus was saying, high-speed roller and high-speed disc. Love the way you farm. Always a pleasure to watch your videos, and your channel is the best, in my opinion. Well, hey, thank you very much for that. And the grain cart is booked. We're running the Fent 1167 here, by the way, on the grain cart here at the moment. Yeah, I know. It's the wrong color green, everyone. I hang my head in shame. Oh, well. Next comment here, Bud Left Breve. Probably I'm not saying your name right there. Apologies. I was saying you have a little Mike Mitchell in you. Oh, yes. Unlike watching a little Mike Mitchell on YouTube there. Ooh, let's see. Can we turn around in this area or not? I think we can if we go down just a little bit further here. Like one advantage of using this particular tractor, it is a 2-track. And 2 tracks can typically turn on a dime. For those who don't know who Mike Mitchell is on YouTube, you should go check him out there. He is a large-scale farmer there. Farms with his family there, of course, to Faith Hope Farms up in Canada. And again, I don't know exactly how many acres they have, everyone, but it's many, 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 many thousands. Many thousands. He himself, I believe, is running, I think it's 5 combines at this point. Running 2 X9s, and I think, is it 3 690s? I think it's 3 690s, if I remember correctly. Hard to keep track of all the equipment he has. And then he's got 2 farms, a north and a south farm, too, yet. So, got some places, some the other places. Oh, my goodness. I definitely would not want to have to keep track of the farming there. That is for sure. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's just drive back to the combine. We'll finish unloading it. I either got to drive back to it or I got to tab to it. So, might as well drive to it, finish unloading it. Dead in the Head was saying Oh, that's another comment. Okay. Actually, I think I've heard that name before. Yes, I have. That was the first comment I read, wasn't it? I was saying I play on hard mode. Everything is on. Easy mode, where the stuff turns off, turns this into a sleeping simulator for me after a few in-game years. One thing to make note of here, if you're choosing between easy, normal, and hard, the only thing that actually changes everyone is the prices. So if you go easy, normal, hard, it does not actually make the game any harder. So just for those who are wondering about that, all it does is change the prices. So basically, hard mode, it's going to take you 4 times as long to make the same amount of money. Just, these aren't the exact numbers, everyone, but basically the way it works, you have easy, and you have normal. From easy to normal, normal is half the price of easy. So, again, I'm just going to throw some numbers out here at you folks. Let's say corn is selling for $1,000 per 1,000 liters in easy mode. Now, if you go to normal mode, that same 1,000 liters of corn is going to be selling for $500. So you've gone from 1,000 per 1,000 to 1,000 liters for $500. Now, if you go from normal to hard, the prices are going to drop in half again. So that $500 is now going to be $250. So per 1,000 liters of corn, you're now making $250. And again, those aren't exact numbers, but that's pretty close to what it is. You basically make half as much each time you change the game. Or, you know, if you're going from maybe hard to normal, you're making twice as much. For those who are wondering, by the way, I do typically always play on easy. Again, just to kind of keep the gameplay moving here for the channel of one. Keeps, you know, the money pouring in so we can buy new equipment. And again, on most maps, I don't typically like to play on a map more than maybe like 50 episodes or so. For those of you looking at the episode number for this one, you're like, this one's up to 77? I think it's 77, correct? Again, I don't keep track of my episode numbers per se real well, but at least in my head anyway. But I believe we're on episode 77 here already. So yes, playing on this map a little bit longer. Definitely a map I am enjoying playing on, and I'm just going to make a guess here at this point. We might make it to 100 episodes on this map. I mean, I don't know. We'll see once, Evan. We will see once. Maybe I'll get done with this harvest. Be like, yeah, nah, that's enough. That's enough. But we'll see once. Again, I am still really, really enjoying playing on this map, Evan, and I hope you folks are enjoying watching here as well. So again, I anticipate going a few more episodes on this map here yet. Unless you folks watching are like really, really sick of it, then maybe we can switch maps. But hopefully not, because like I said, I'm enjoying playing on it. Another comment here from Dead in the Head was saying there is a built-in GPS on your mini-map, is there not? No. There's no GPS on your mini-map, at least not that I know of. Unless you know something I don't, which is always possible. Certainly possible. But no, there's no GPS in the base game, Evan. There is no GPS. And there is no form of GPS in the game. I think maybe the only thing, I don't know if you'd really call it GPS. No, I would not call it GPS. You do have your angle down below. So you can see we're currently facing 182. I mean, yeah, we're slowly changing here, but we're 178 degrees now. That's not going to tell you where to go for your next row or anything like that. Let's see. Christopher was saying, good video. Keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Almost made it around the field. There's just one more pass down this way, and we'll get around the field twice. And we've already unloaded, what, 3 times? I think we're going to have to unload a 4th time here before we make it all the way around as well, because we are almost full here. 90%. Get that pipe headed out here. Again, I've not really set up auto drive much for unloading on this map here. Just with the amount of troubles we have with it already, I've not really tried. And mind you, I could probably get it set up on the field, Evan, but then getting the full automation going. I've just been sticking with course play here so far. The only problem with that, Evan, that means, like, when it comes to doing this, Evan, course play will not unload me. Auto drive will. But, I don't know, to be honest, this is probably quicker anyway, Evan. The rate at which auto drive will come unload you, not the greatest sometimes. Aaron was saying, love your videos and the effort you put into them. Well, hey, thank you very much for that. Again, always very much appreciated. Enjoy reading all you folks' comments. As I've said before, I still think I got some of the best viewers over on YouTube here. And the reason I say that, I mean, you folks, you know, go over to some of the other YouTube channels and you read the comment, it's like, oh boy. Yeah. But, I mean, outside of maybe 1 or 2 comments here and there, you know, every couple of months or something like that, I would say 99.99% of my comments are always really good, so. And or very helpful or stuff like that, right, everyone? So, again, always enjoy reading all you folks' comments. And I would like to think I do read all you folks' comments as well. The only reason I don't say I do have one is because it's possible I missed a comment here and there, but it's always possible. But with that being said, I think I've read all you folks' comments. There's probably one I missed somewhere, but okay, and I know it's time to wrap it up here. I see we got one more comment here from Dead in the Head. Some of you folks might like to hear this one. Per Dead in the Head, he was saying the worst paying crops are oats, wheat, and barley. The straw sale is what on paper makes them look so good. You need more equipment and mods in easy mode to make it worth it. Play hard mode with realistic mods only. And no auto drive or course play. And tell me how good Field 42 is with a straw swat versus just soybeans. Yeah, that's probably going to be a little extra work. Although I would argue there, I'm assuming Dead in the Head, and you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong in the comments here. I'm assuming you're thinking soybeans are easier to harvest than, say, wheat or oats or one of those, and you have to, like, bale the straw. I'm assuming that's where he's going with that comment. I would argue at that point then, instead of soybeans, if you're looking to make the most money, you should probably do, like, corn or something like that. Corn is one of the higher paying per 1,000 liter crops, everyone. It's also one of the higher yielding crops, so that is actually a comment that comes up every so often. You know, if you want to make the most money in the game, everyone, what do you want to plant? Well, I would argue corn and then do silage. That's probably going to be your best, easiest pair, but soybeans is definitely the lowest. Or, yeah, actually, I think it is the lowest. Anyway, with that being said, everyone, you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.